So I'm going to share a couple of my projects. The one which I did in 2007, it's called Machan, which is located in the rainforest, a virgin rainforest in Lonavala, where the briefs of the client was not to cut a single branch of the trees that he had nurtured. And it was quite a challenge. So what we designed was Machan. It's a diet building. I call it a diet building because the moment you build on a mountain slopes, the building has to be as lightweight as possible. And as architect Vivek talks about biomimicry, this is also kind of biomimicry because within the forest, when you see a tree, it's an inverted pyramid. So the whole structure, which is raised 45 feet from the forest floor, grows like a tree, which I show it in the next slide. So you can see the central core. There's a courtyard in the center and the house happens all around it. This has been constructed out of recycled wood, recycled steel, and glass. So basically the whole building is 85 to 90% recyclable. The roof is made out of mango tiles. This is the interior. So this house is built around a tree, a wild fig tree, and it wraps it around it. So this is when you see it from inside when you enter this building. So the brief was not to cut any trees. We let not to cut even a branch. We let the branch come inside without cutting it, and we put the lights around it so we could try and grow it, so it doesn't wither, but it did wither. Also, all the lights that you will see in this are recycled from the ship. So these are all brass lights. This is a view from the house it's kind of a tree top and you can see it for miles together. This is the location in the forest. The next project that I'm going to share is the one that had its genesis in this house because it belongs to an architect friend of mine. She owns around 9 acres on a beautiful place in Pune called Khadakwasla Lake. And she named it Eye on the Lake. So that's the one that I'm going to share with you. Again, it's a diet building because it's extremely lightweight. And the inspiration for this came from when Glenn Murcutt spoke about the Aborigines in Australia. They believed that the building should touch the earth softly. And that's exactly what this building does. Because it just like a bird perch on a tree on 2 legs. So that's a section. And you have a lake right below that. Again, this building is completely recyclable. As Dr. Benny said, I used a lot of wood like he does in his buildings because it's one of the most sustainable material. So I try and use as much as, and I try to use recycled wood, or what you call as a reclaimed wood. So the under part of the building also gets very interesting because there's a bench that we created over there. You can go and sit underneath it. So this is the main entrance. So Aarti when we did this in 2008, her son was pretty young, 4 or 5 years. So we created a small loft for him. Thank you.
My name is Hadip Sani. I'm the founder of Interwood brand. We have been manufacturing and retailing modular kitchens and wardrobes for a quality-seeking customer for more than 30 years. We use a German recipe for our manufacturing, which makes our kitchens and wardrobes antimicrobial and compliant to even emission norms, which means every Interwood kitchen and wardrobe stands the test of human safety and well-being. A feature extremely important in these times and something we cherish as our brand core ideal. With a brand presence in more than 12 cities, we are recipients of quality certificates in environment safety and highest standards of production. Within 30 years and counting, we are ready to take the next leap of growth in fulfilling aspiration of designer fraternity.
Interwood as a brand started manufacturing kitchens and wardrobes some 30 years ago, as you all know, with a recipe that was truly German, with human well-being at its core ideal. Now, since then, we've kind of come a long way where we have worked with more than 1,500 architects across the country in helping them morph their vision into reality. So today at this milestone of our business, we thought, what could we give back to the design fraternity, which has so amazingly blessed us with their patronage, their love, and their support. So we thought that we also understand that, architects and interior designers are catalysts of social change. Just what we saw when Dr. Kuryakos was speaking. They single-handedly can morph urban landscapes. They can bring about a cultural innovation, and they can also ignite a wellness movement through a meaningful design dialogue. So we thought it would be only appropriate to give back to the architect and design community a gift of 3 R's. Yes, 3 R's. So the first R stands for recognition. By having a WAP model, recognize this amazing design talent pool that we have in our country. We want to kind of give space and visibility and space to all the design fraternity on our newsletter, which will be disseminated to more than 15,000 premium homeowners across the country every year. The second R stands for reward. Yes, a reward. Through this WAP community, we also understand that we want to reward this fraternity by being able to promote their wonderful work through our social media initiatives, through our market outreach programs, which will be constantly disseminated through knowledge sharing platforms such as these webinars for the benefit of all. And third is revenue. Yes, we also, by scouting for meaningful projects, for relevant and meaningful projects for our architects, we at Team Interwood would strive to help our design fraternity increase the revenue growth. And ladies and gentlemen, all with the overarching umbrella of respect. That is our value-added partnership. So without much further delay, I invite all the participants from the design fraternity attending this webinar to be a part of this amazing value-added partnership